Peace and love. 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 Hey y'all, it's the Queen 7 coming up here to help y'all break some change. Y'all come on up in here and kick the bobo with me real quick. I'm going ahead and get straight to it, y'all. Okay, today I got to give y'all a message that who child, even myself, is nervous to give. And it's real. But I am. But I got to do it. I got to be obedient. Alright, so I titled this video, You Ain't Spiritual. No, you ain't spiritual. You won't have no close relationship with the Most High God. You ain't spiritual. And I'm coming from a loving space, y'all. I need to hear me out. Hear me out now. You ain't spiritual. Why do I say that? I say that because if you are spiritual, why do you keep holding on to the things that the Most High is clearly showing you that it's time for you to let go of? I say you ain't spiritual because you're not willing to sacrifice. Because see, I serve a Most High God that with sacrifice, but you got to sacrifice. You got to be willing to sacrifice that what was for that what's about to be. You cannot welcome in something new if you won't let go of the old. You feel me? And a lot of y'all ain't godly and holy and righteous like you think you are because you won't even let go of a certain way of thinking. You won't let go of being negative. You think, okay, I could keep being negative and going to church and pretending to be holier than thou, and I'm still going to be, I'm still righteous. No. You won't even sacrifice the negative part of yourself. See, what God's trying to get us to do is help us sweep around our own front door. See, a lot of y'all think that physically means sweeping. Yeah, that too. You're supposed to sweep around your front door physically with a broom, but spiritually too. And that means to check yourself before you can go and sweep around somebody else's front door and say, hey, you got such and such on your mat. What about yours? A lot of y'all are dealing with illnesses and sicknesses, and you will not sacrifice that old way of eating or old way of drinking or drugging or whatever, sexting, whatever your addiction is. That is clogging your vessel so the spirit can't enter in. No matter how much you hoop and holler and shake your head, God still ain't coming in because you too clogged. See, that's why back in the day, fasting was very, very powerful because people were willing to sacrifice the things that their flesh craved so they can clean their portal for spirit to be able to come in. Because see, God said, cleanliness is next to godliness, right? So that means clean something up so I can come in. But see, y'all don't want to sacrifice them David cakes. Y'all don't want to sacrifice them all-you-can-eat buffets. Y'all don't want to sacrifice that gluttony. Oh yeah, one of the biggest deadliest sins. No. A lot of y'all so afraid of letting go of certain people that you with. Because you think, well, if I let them, it's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep him. And the whole time y'all cheating on each other. And Spirit is constantly letting you know, hey, let that person go because the more you hang on to them, you curse them and you curse yourself. But you won't sacrifice that because of your greediness when it comes to material possessions. You think, oh, well, if I hang on, then I'll be straight. I'm going to hang on to such and such years, and then I'll be fine. But just don't know, the more you hang on to something that the universe is trying to let you know that got to go, everything you think you're working for going to disintegrate right through your hands. But because you won't sacrifice. Because, see, one thing I do know about the Most High God is they love balance. The spirit, the universe is a balance. It's a balancing scale. You feel me? They're not going to take something from you or make you sacrifice something and then not replace it with something better. You know what I mean? That's just like me being a vegetarian. I had to sacrifice the chicken and the beef and the ribs and the Boston butts. Whew, God. And the bacon. Whew. I had to sacrifice all of those things because I wanted to live and I wanted to be an open portal for the Most High God, but I couldn't do that clogged up. I couldn't do that drinking sugary beverages all day, every day, and never drinking no water to cleanse me, to flush me. I just saw 444 when I saw that. You feel when I said that? So at the end of the day, like I had to open my vessel and I had to sacrifice certain things. Yeah, I love potato chips, but God said, okay, Well, just, make your own chips, or, find another healthier option. There are better, healthier options than what you're used to, the ones that's hurting you. You feel what I'm saying? So, my lifestyle required a little bit more work for myself, but at the same time, it was better for me in the long run. So I was willing to sacrifice, first of all, my laziness, okay? And sacrifice my stubbornness of feeling like, well, it ain't killed me and all this time. I sacrificed that for a better way of living. You feel me? Instead of me want to go get a soda, I love my ginger ale now. I drink me a little ginger ale from time to time. But instead of me want to go get a Mountain Dew like I used to be addicted to, I had to trade my Mountain Dew for a smoothie. Put me some fruit in my body. Because most of the time we're not stopping and eating no fruit. So, I love sugar. Everybody love Kool-Aid. But guess what? Unless Kool-Aid can be made with honey, I can't be drinking it, because that white sugar ain't good for my body. You feel what I'm saying? So I was willing to sacrifice that for something that was better for me. Sugar ain't helping me in my respiratory area. No, it's not. It's not helping me breathe in life. No. So I had to find something better. And I ain't want to, inherit diabetes. So, I had to sacrifice the junk monster, and then a lot of y'all don't want to sacrifice, well, I want love, I want happiness, but you won't sacrifice that sex demon. You won't sacrifice that temptation, that lustful energy, that Jezebel, that succubus, that whatever the men got. You don't want to sacrifice that giving away yourself for somebody that really is going to appreciate you. That one individual that's really going to love on you. Y'all scared to do that. Well, I'm going to hang on to Susie and Bob over here just in case Tina don't act right. You think the Most High don't see your ass over there? Listen, that's why God say y'all ain't spiritual. Y'all ain't spiritual. No. You don't want to sacrifice that hanging out all the time, clubbing all the time, for to sit down at home and get to know yourself, get to know your family, your children, your loved ones, and become intimate with yourselves. You don't want to sacrifice that. No, you feel like, well, I'm going to miss some. You don't want to sacrifice that time on the internet for that moment to do homework with your child, or even talk to them for 2 seconds about their day. You don't want to sacrifice that, but you say you spiritual and you godly and you holy. You don't want to sacrifice that ego when God is clearly showing you that it's not getting you anywhere for a more peaceful life. You don't want to sacrifice that. You want to hang on to it for dear life with pride, because see, pride will kill you. I'm a living witness. It almost killed me. It did. And that ego did too. And so until I had to learn to stop wrestling with the flow of life, stop fighting against the currents and hanging on to the rocks, and accept the fact that I wasn't controlling shit. No. All God wanted me to do was to surrender and sacrifice those things that were holding me down and holding me back. That fear, that lack mentality, that jealousy, that envy, that hate, that pettiness, those grudges. Y'all don't even want to sacrifice the grudges you don't even want to sacrifice it. You don't want to sacrifice it. You swear you done got over something, but you ain't even gave it to God. But you swear you done healed. Y'all ain't healed because y'all don't want to do the work. You don't want to sacrifice that gossiping for a higher level conversation. I'd rather go and talk to a group of people too. I'd rather leave a group of people that's talking about nonsense to go and talk to 1 or 2 people that's talking about everything I need to hear. I'd rather sacrifice that, and I have. Y'all don't want to sacrifice them negative family members to gain your soul tribe. They're my cousin, they're my sister, I family. But the whole time, family stabbing you in the back, family hurting you, family killing you, but you will not sacrifice their ass. See, I've had to sacrifice. When you truly choose a path with the Most High God, you got to sacrifice some of the most hardest things that you never would have dreamed that you would let go of. But God is trying to replace it with something better. Not because, that you hate this person or you hate that thing. No, it's because it can no longer go where you're going. You move from a different level. You feel me? You elevated. That's just like, being in the kindergarten. You can't take what all that you did in the kindergarten to the first grade. What you did in the kindergarten was in the kindergarten. Now you're in the first. Let's learn this new level. And see, that's what we are. But see, a lot of y'all want to carry old baggage And the whole time Spirit is saying, let that mess go. Let it go. It can't go. It can't. Let it go. Y'all don't want to sacrifice them best friends because we done grow. Oh, I've been doing A1 since day one. Best friend been sleeping with your man, been sleeping with your woman, been showing you all y'all life that you ain't their friend. And you still don't want to sacrifice their ass. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You feel me? You best, like at the end of the day, you got to learn to become your own, but you don't want to sacrifice that best friend to become best friends with yourself and best friends with the Most High God. You don't want to sacrifice that, but you say you holy, you righteous, you spiritual, you godly, whatever you call yourself. It's all wordplay. So at the end of the day, y'all don't want to do the work, but then everybody want to play spiritual, everybody want to play godly, everybody want to talk about everybody. You don't want to sacrifice your vindictiveness and turn that around and look at yourself. See, what I had to learn was Spirit kept telling me, take that, all of that you look at other people, I need you to flip that on you and look at you from the inside out. And see, a lot of y'all scared to do that. Half of y'all don't even want to look at yourself in a mirror because you scared of what you're going to damn see. And some of y'all to be. Because you've been so, you've been harboring garbage for so long that you scared to look at it. But truth is, it's not going anywhere. You can sweep it under the rug and avoid it and ignore it all you want to. You can pretend it's not there. You can fake that you happy and you healed and you've grown, you did the shadow. You can fake the funk all you want. But until you actually do that work, you ain't spiritual. You might get a couple down. You might get a couple nudges by God. You might catch a couple synchronicities and signs and symbols. You can burn some sage. You can wear some stones. You can give people inspirational words. You can pay people bills. You can do all of that. But if you still don't turn around and sweep your own front door and sacrifice those things that God is clearly showing you it's time you done had enough of. You've had enough of that person. You've had enough of that job, those people, those places, those things, that way of being, that you done had enough of the faking. You done had enough of the liquor. You done had enough of the club, and you done had enough of it all. You done had enough of the drug, and you done had enough all of it. Now when you gonna get real with yourself? Butterfly had passed by my window, y'all, when I looked over there. When you gonna look at yourself? It's time for you to get out of that cocoon of non-sacrificing. You're not sacrificing anything. People be wondering why I give away so much. I give away stuff because I know God is continuously blessing me. It keeps my flow going. I don't mind giving. I've learned that giving is the art of receiving. But I don't give to receive. I give because God done blessed me with so much. I can't keep it all. I can't use it all as much as I wish I could. But I'm not a greedy person. So the more I give, the more the universe gives back to me. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing. But a lot of y'all so afraid of letting go of them $10 and Spirit probably finna bless you with 10 stacks. You ain't even know what's coming. All because you didn't want to do something charitable with them $10. And God gave you the open door to do it. You know the nudges that you're getting, but a lot of y'all refusing to see. You feel me? Folks are literally poisoning you every day through their mouths, through your food, through their private parts by sleeping with them, through your minds on technology and television, tell lies to your vision. People who are false prophets. So many people coming in your inboxes pretending to be spiritual healers and all of that type of jazz. Yeah. You don't want to sacrifice it. See, the thing is when you sacrifice the negative, you will stop attracting it. You say, well, I keep attracting poverty and BS. Well, then it's because you ain't let go of the poverty mindset and you ain't let go of the BS magnet inside of yourself. You ain't sacrificed that to stop attracting it. If you want peace in your life, you got to let go of the noisemakers. Yes. That's just like a mother in the house and a child just bam, bam, bamming on a drum that they bought for Christmas. Listen, child, take that outside or something. But what you not finna do is bam me crazy. But see, a lot of y'all sit there and let it bam, 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 knowing to drive you crazy. And just apply it to your life metaphorically. Y'all won't sacrifice opening your mouth and speaking up. You will sacrifice you'll rather sacrifice a person who's trying to, like myself, who's trying to enlighten you, than to sacrifice those negative people in your life who bringing you down. Yeah. Y'all feel like it's easier to take down this one person than it is to take down a group. But see, that's how you gain your power. And see, I was just told recently by a person that I had to sacrifice, as I'm telling them about a group of people that were coming for me. And this individual was like, well, maybe it was you. Did you ever think that it wasn't them, it was you? And I said, no, it wasn't me. And then I began to speak my truth. I asserted myself. The old me wouldn't have. The old me wouldn't have sacrificed anything. I would have been scared. Well, I don't want to say that because of who this individual is. I don't want to be disrespectful. No, but the new me, Spirit said, you got to sacrifice that demon. You got to sacrifice that and speak up, because if you don't, you're going to lose your throat. You're going to lose your voice. The more you hold that down, every time somebody hurts you, every time somebody stabs you in the back, and the more you swallow that down, the more this right here get clogged up, and the less you have a voice. And for long, you're going to look up and you can't talk for real. You might walk around with a trach in it because you didn't use your voice. If you don't use it, you will lose it. Okay? That's anything in life. And so I had to sacrifice my fear of speaking my truth, because I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings, for to gain my power. I had to do that. I had to. And I had to do it with love and respect. See, you ain't got to do it, say nothing nasty or do nothing evil to get your point across and still be respected. But at some point, people have to learn to put respect on you once you start doing it. But see, you ain't putting respect on yourself because you won't sacrifice what is no longer serving you. You want to hang on. You want to lose weight, but you want to keep eating all the things that is killing you, that's adding more calories and all of that. And then first it starts in your mind. See, you can't lose weight just physically. You have to lose it in your mind first. You have to believe that you can lose this. But if you study sneaking behind closed doors and stuffing down them donuts and think the universe don't see it, the body gonna show it. It is. It's gonna tell on you. So don't even waste your time lying to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And then why not just embrace who you are? Because instead of when I was a little thicker than what I am, I was, baby, I finally had started embracing my size 17. I was wearing a size 17. I'm down to now like a 7, 8 maybe. But I was in a size 17, and the universe was not going to get me down to the size that I wanted until I first began to embrace the size that I was at. So once I began to do that, that's when everything else started flowing for me. And a lot of times God wants you to be content in what you have, which that means in your blessings. That don't mean sit comfortable in that negativity. That don't mean that. That means be comfortable and content. Okay, God, thank you for this roof over my head. Thank you for my little vehicle. It might not be the car that I dream of yet, but thank you. I'm imagining that I'm driving it. God, thank you for my home. I'm imagining myself walking in my new home, but I thank you for my my apartment that I stay in because I could, whatever. Start being grateful for what you already got, telling God that thank you. But a lot of y'all won't even sacrifice that, to get what you want. Y'all won't even sacrifice that non-belief. But you say you go to church 26 days out the week, and you still evil. You still hanging on to your negative thinking. You still gossiping. You still in folk business. You still in poverty. You folk got to help you pay your bills, and then you getting sick. But you worshiping God, though. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Sacrifice them ribs so you can get your ass up and heal. I'm sorry. I had to do it. Yes, I had to use the ribs because I had to sacrifice the ribs. And I'm mad because some of y'all still get to eat the damn ribs. Okay? And I can eat the rib if I want to. But if I kept eating the ribs, I would have kept passing out because I was blacking out and stuff. And, I was eating all kind of heavy stuff that wasn't serving my little body. So, at the end of the day, if I didn't want to die of cancers and diabetes and high blood pressures and all of that type of stuff, I had to sacrifice those things that clogged me up and caused those things. Okay, so if a temperature is raising, that obviously means something is too damn hot or something is stopped up. You feel me? It's just like a train, with the smoke and all of that type of stuff. If it ain't choo-chooing and poo-pooing and all of that, then something is clogged up. If your smoke detector's going off, that means it's too much smoke up on her. It's too much something. Your body is always sending you alarms. But, even when you're around people, it's sending you vibes. This person might be talking about me. Oh, I wonder if she, pay attention. But a lot of y'all want to ignore that and sacrifice your dignity to hang with a crowd of people that ain't going nowhere. They at the fake top. You think you going to the top with them, and you just don't know they at the fake top. It's a real top. And they think they edit, but they not. Look around. Look around them. Half of them crumbling, bodies going down. They losing popularity. They losing money, losing jobs, losing people. But they still think they at the top because they faking. You better get your ass away from them fake folk because you gonna be faking. Y'all gonna be like Vampire Brooklyn. And a lot of y'all, if y'all my age, y'all know Vampire Brooklyn when the sidekick was with Eddie Murphy, you know, baby. Anytime they did something fell off of them. You know what I'm saying? Nose, ears, everything was just falling off of him. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't willing to sacrifice, you know, that being this man's slave to be his own person. But he wanted to work for the devil. So the more he worked for the devil, the more he killed himself. The more he sacrificed himself. So, that was a lot. I hope I'm making sense. It's not easy. Being spiritual, being holy, being righteous is not for the weak. So, everybody who out here faking the phone, like all of a sudden they just became spiritual and righteous and stuff overnight. Half of y'all ain't even sat down and wrote in a journal. You won't even sacrifice that hurt and put it in a journal and burn it. You won't even sit down and take the time to do that, but you all at that all you can eat buffet. But you want to let these people, you want to let other people, and that's another thing before I get off of here. This is how we were easily manipulated out of our thrones in the past, you know, because we don't want to do the work. And so back then, the people who were willing to sacrifice certain things that were ordained to speak, you know, because a lot of people say, well, who gave Seven the right? The Most High, because I was willing to sacrifice some things. That's why. You feel what I'm saying? But see, this is how a lot of people end up, this position, you have to be able to stay strong and stay humble and stay disciplined. And some people get in these positions, they get power struck, they get hungry, you know, because people are depending on them so much. They ain't telling people how to go heal themselves. No. So they take the power and they started amplifying it, and then they start getting paid off of it. Then they start manipulating you off of it because now they done got greedy off of your liberation, your healing. They done got rich off of you not being woke, you being asleep. So they keeping more wolves over your eyes because your lazy behind don't want to sacrifice what is not serving you. 22 I just seen. No, this is how we got swindled, bamboozled. Yeah, we got voodoo. We got black magic. We got city slicked. Yes. Because we didn't want to get up and actually go and hands-on do the work on our own. No, we want to go and pay tithes and offering for somebody else to do the work. And then when I leave, I can still go and clog my vessel and hang with negative folks and do think all the negative thoughts and work all the negative places. Just do everything that God is clearly showing me is not working, not serving. And then I'm going to come back to church 36 hours out the week and put all that weight on this person for 10%. Now you wonder why they getting rich off of it. You wonder why you got so many false prophets and so many spirits and demonic energies flowing around, because you won't sacrifice. Y'all are going on places and spend all them hours and still come up out of there a devil, a bigger devil than you went in there in. And won't even sit down and sacrifice that Sunday in your prayer closet at home to love on yourself and to become one with the Most High God. Y'all won't sacrifice that. Y'all too scared because Sister Barbara Susie gonna talk about you. Sister Annie and brother Tony over there, brother Jimmy and Simony and all of them, Benny and Deacon George, and everybody gonna talk about me because I didn't come to church. Excuse me if I just use some random names, y'all. I ain't pointing nobody directly, but I'm just throwing some names out there. But at the end of the day, y'all so caught up in reputation and clout and imagery to the point you won't sacrifice that for solitude with God. Meditation, praying, yoga, nature walks, grounding yourself, cleansing your homes, decluttering, stop gossiping, love spiritual baths, baptizing yourself. Now you want to go in there and let Brother Johnny dip you. Don't know what Brother Johnny was doing last night. You don't know Brother Johnny had just dipped himself in the demon pool the night before, and he coming up in here trying to baptize you. Listen, let me tell y'all something. This is how we got bamboozled the first time. So God has shown y'all when we had that pandemic, and we got another one coming because these folks trying to do something else. But at the same time, when we had that was a reset. That was a shift then. But no, y'all want to try to take that same old paradigm back into this new way. And God said, not today. Not to damn day. You will be damned. He said, I'll be damned. Yep. I'll be damned. Uh-huh. The universe is not allowing it. Period. So don't even try it. Whew. With that being said, I thank God. Yeah. Am I released? I'm released from spiritual court. All right. Mission accomplished. I love y'all. Peace and love.